Here we go. Affordable living options. There aren't any. You know why? Because of the corruption in Washington. That's why. They do campaign stops after stops. Everybody wants to know that affordable living options are coming. I told them once we drained the swamp in Washington and got the corruption out of there, then possibly we could start bringing them in. Over 25 million jobs are associated around the agriculture community throughout our nation. Okay? These are hard-working people, Americans and immigrants alike. Okay? They're at the bottom of the wage. They barely make minimum wage. Houses in California are going for $500,000. They simply can't afford that. And the rent is so high, they're stuck renting. We need to bring in affordable living options. Basically, you take a 2-story house. The top half's mine and the bottom's yours. And most of the time, the mom or dad will buy the bottom half, and then they'll rent to the son, or the son could, rent the top, or a family member, or a friend, or somebody else they know, co-worker, somebody in their community. And then you build these brand new, affordable, sustainable, environmentally friendly neighborhoods. And also, they'll have less grass on them because water restrictions. You'll have more water to take a shower and do other things with. And you'll have more parking because you're going to need, if it's another unit. So you get rid of your grass up front. You put your parking in there, so you're saving water. You're getting your cars off the streets. And they could go for about $250 each. Okay? Then, they can sustain the farm workers, people making less than $100,000 a year. They could come in, they could put down roots and build equity and wealth on a smarter, smaller, more environmentally friendly scale and move these people out of poverty. That way the next people that comes around, they can leave their children this house. See, the first generation, they'll work, pay for it, okay? And then the next generation comes, they'll have a better chance at doing something different. That way their generation of people will be able to move up if they ever wanted to migrate out of farm labor, and move up to the next level, depending on your education and on up. Otherwise, they will never have an opportunity to get anywhere in life. And that is spread throughout our nation, and it's running rampant. And not only in the agriculture community either. Wages across fast food workers and other places as well. Their wages aren't that much higher than the farm laborers in agriculture departments. And it's the same problem. And by doing this, you're bringing in these affordable new neighborhoods that's going to be able to put down roots, build equity and wealth on a smaller scale. But it's also going to help bring them rent prices down a little bit. Okay? Because once you start putting these affordable new neighborhoods in, then the rentals will start to free up and they'll have to start to bring their price down. So even for the people that don't want to get one of those affordable new living options, they'll be able to afford the rent because that's going to help bring the rent down because rent is just extremely high for everybody. And not only that, if you didn't want one of those split houses, then we designed these apartment complexes, just like they used to call them the projects, and they'd fill them up with welfare recipients. But this project's where you be able to go in there and buy it, to own it yourself. Nice small one, say $200,000, $250,000 or whatever, bare minimum. That way it gives people another chance to go in there on the living wage they make, because people don't get paid that much here in America because they keep everything shipped out. They don't want no good paying jobs here. That's the corruption in Washington. We need to increase our minimum wage. We need more jobs, more factories, more products, more services to trade with the rest of the world, as well as ourselves. So there is an affordable way forward, but it's going to take the right legislative team to get it done. And obviously this administration is not even going that direction. They haven't even considered it in the last administration either. So think about that, America. Nobody's doing it. I think this is the right time in America And look at all the thousands of carpenter jobs and plumbers and roofers and all electricians, all the people we're going to be putting to work, okay? And all the taxes generated for schools and infrastructure. This is a good deal for everybody involved. So it's time to drain the swamp. Time for new leadership. And I promise you to bring in America and affordable living options for the American people and immigrants and whoever else wants to have an affordable place to live here in America. So it's time to do this. God bless America. Until next time.